This is actually common in China. It's not just BYD that this has happened to. It's happened to Zeekr. It's happened to Xpeng. But apparently BYD owners are furious. BYD has received more than 5,000 complaints in a week because, well, they've upgraded their cars and owners of basically of the same models that have now been upgraded are saying, this is not fair. This is a disgrace. Now, do you guys agree with this? You know this is always going to happen, right? You buy an electric car, there's going to be a newer version next year. But in China, people really don't like this. And often they actually protest and they get something out of doing that. It's really quite an interesting phenomenon. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. This has happened quite a few times. It's happened to NIO, I know for sure. Owners of existing cars from EV brands and other brands, non-EV brands even, when vehicles get upgraded and they get sometimes new computer chips in them that are much better than the previous ones, owners will go and protest. And sometimes the companies will say, okay, we'll retrofit your car with this new chip. This happens. I mean, you won't see this outside of China. But for some reason, yeah, go and protest. If you got a car in China, go protest. I'll give you the newest, latest version chips, whatever. Now, can BYD do this in this situation? No, they can't. It'll be way too much work involved. The reason is this. BYD have obviously revealed their new God's Eye. And that's basically their catchphrase, their marketing term for their automated driving system. Now, it's very confusing, to tell you the truth. I think BYD probably need to change this system because there's three or four different versions. I think three, there might be four though. Anyway, there's a number of different versions for BYD's new ADAS, their new automated driving system. The most expensive cars, the Yangwang brand, they get the best version with the most sensors, the most software, the best software, etc. The Fangcheng Bao brand and the Denza brand, they get the mid-spec, and then the ordinary BYD cars get the average God's Eye. So the first vehicle that's now being sold with God's Eye is actually a Denza N7, I believe. Hasn't been a great seller for BYD, so obviously BYD have put in God's Eye into that vehicle. However, even though this God's Eye system, which is created in collaboration with Huawei, and is said to be quite good, no one's tested it yet, but it's said to be quite good, BYD owners are saying, hang on a minute, we just bought a new car, and we want this. Now, earlier this month, Chinese automaker BYD actually announced that its God's Eye driver assist package would become standard on 21 models across all price brackets. Like I said, it's a little bit misleading though, because there's three different versions of it. Great news for future buyers. Existing owners, though, are angry. They're furious. They've flooded online forums with complaints about having overpaid for their cars. Now, I don't think it's fair to say they've overpaid. They knew exactly what they were getting, right? They walked into a dealership. BYD said, that's the price. They went, okay, yep, reasonable. Here's the money. So did they overpay? What do you guys think? I obviously don't think they did, but what do you think? A number of, as you can see, thousands of BYD owners have voiced their frustration on 12365auto.com, a Chinese third-party website focused on automotive quality. The backlash was strong enough to push models from BYD's Ocean and Dynasty series into the top 10 most complained about vehicles on the site. Obviously, it's going to misrepresent the data now because people are going to think the Ocean and Dynasty series cars have all these faults and issues. They don't. I mean, maybe they do, but clearly these complaints are not about faults and issues. They're about the fact that, owners didn't get this new stuff. Not that they were meant to. Reuters said that around about 5,000 complaints were filed against the Chinese brand between February 11 and 17, following its announcement for the upgraded ADAS. For comparison, owners only filed 150 complaints in the previous week, a tiny fraction of that number. One owner of a BYD Qin LDMI sedan pointed out the company slashed prices and added features just 4 months after they had purchased their car, prompting them to demand compensation. Another buyer who had recently purchased a Seal 06 plug-in hybrid was frustrated to find that a newer version with notable upgrades was released at the same price, despite having repeatedly asked the salesperson whether an update was imminent. Guys, This stuff, in my opinion, I don't actually buy any of this stuff. It's just customers buy a car, a few months later, the newer version comes out and they're annoyed. The newer version is going to be more expensive. So you just have to accept the fact that if you bought the older version, you bought the older version. According to the platform, BYD has acknowledged the complaints, stating they have been forwarded to the appropriate departments. Now, there's nothing BYD can do here. They're not going to go and be able to fit God's eye ADAS to old models of cars. And if they started doing that, imagine if they had to fit this in millions of cars. It'd cost them hundreds of millions of dollars. 21 BYD models receiving the standard God's Eye ADAS package span a price range of $9,000 up to $33,000. So these are pretty affordable cars. The most affordable is the BYD Seagull, which starts at $9,600. God's Eye has 3 different versions called A, B, and C. They don't have the same level of ability. The basic C level, that's the one coming to all 21 BYD models. The mid-spec B comes to Denza and Fangcheng Bao. The A comes to Yang Wang. I'm curious to know then how good BYD's autonomous driving will be in their standard 21 models that get the Tier C self-driving. BYD is not the only automaker that has been the target of complaints about this ongoing price war in China. It's happened to Tesla. It's happened to be honest, every brand. I don't like the fact that Reuters is presenting this as though it's BYD made some mistake or done something wrong. They haven't. Customers are just angry because they bought something and it's superseded. That happens all the time. It's going to keep happening. And I get emails all the time saying, Sam, should I wait to buy an electric car because, in a few years' time, it's going to be, dated and whatever. The technology is changing so fast. My point would be this. Of course, you should buy one immediately. What are you going to do? I mean, 2027, you'll have to say the same question. You'll have the same question. Should I buy it now? Because in 2028, there's going to be a new model. Yeah, there is. Probably in 2027.5. Halfway through the year, there'll be a new model. The Chinese companies are building them so fast, changing them so fast. It's insane. But you can't worry about that because it's always going to happen. That's never going to change. That's like saying, will the sun come up tomorrow? Yes, it will. It's going to keep happening for the next, until the earth turns into a fireball in a few billion years. It's going to keep happening. So just buy it today. Don't worry about it. If it's superseded within 6 months, well, that's just bad luck. That's the way it works. And remember, in that 6 months, you probably saved a boatload of money owning an electric car versus an internal combustion engine car. What are your thoughts, guys? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments, just without getting angry. Just let me know nicely. Thanks for watching.